Sunday morning, and guys are starting to trickle in. I didn't get up, so I said I'd be here at like 7. Well, I didn't get up till 7:30, so everybody's been kind of waiting on me. So the cars are corrected with the exception of the trunk. I brought some tools this morning. The guys just took the wing off the S2000. I'll show you that in a minute. But took the wing off the S2000 to correct the trunk and any parts of the wing that they couldn't reach. And then we're gonna start working on CQuartz. So we're gonna talk through whether we're gonna do CQuartz UK or CQuartz TiO2. I think the truck we're gonna do, well, maybe we'll do UK on the truck. I don't know, whatever. We'll figure that out in a minute. But the cool thing is that we'll have the guy from Car Pro, Corey, will be here helping us make sure we apply it properly. All right, quick, I gotta go look like I'm doing work. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get the trunk dialed in. We got the wing off. As we're taking off the wheels, towels dialed in. Tony's already dusting the beans. Feels like we just got here. Chris put my new wiper blades on. I don't think, did you guys do glass yesterday in here, inside?
Corey, I don't remember if you finished.
Yeah, I don't think you did interior glass. And then, what do you guys think about this?
I would do the trim. Just do the same as you did the side, no?
Shoot, I didn't bring IPA again. Idiot.
We can go get some across the street.
I mean, eraser's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I think we'll be fine. I'm fine doing this. You can just flip it up and reach in here pretty well.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
What I do on mine.
All right, that can be your job.
Okay. Take care of it.
So you got to clean that. Yeah, I didn't do any of this. I didn't do this, or this. Okay. All this is done.
Finishes the top of the bed rail.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's more faded. Like it looks more faded than back there.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we even need to do this back here.
No, I think this looks good. That's what I'm saying. If we can get the front to look like this, it'd be good.
Yeah. And I'll have to figure out something with the bed later. Should at least vacuum it out, maybe.
Yeah.
McGuire's D170. Just do like I'll do like 5-to-1 or something, so it's not slippery. That's probably what I'll do next wash. This is gonna make coating a little easier. Corey's here to make sure we coat these things properly. Somehow he goaded me into now I'm doing CQuartz crazy on all my cars. So we're talking about on the spacers. These, you know, so these are the OEM studs here, and notice they sit, they're not flush. And so we need to make sure that the version 3 wheels, the S2000, I've been reading that they don't work with these 15mm spacers, but I don't know. Seems to work for me. Like that this will butt up against the back part of the wheel, but I think we're okay. So we'll just have to check I'm guessing the studs in the rear are the same length, but maybe not. All right, so Brandon's cleaning this out. Do the blade arms too.
Okay.
The trim. Hopefully it'll bring it back.
Yeah.
So I just put new wiper blades on. Oh, the other thing I need to do is while you're doing the trim on the sunroof too, the rubber.
Sunroof trim.
And shoot, we didn't do the glass either.
No, we polished the glass.
Yeah, so we might as well do the glass too.
Put me to work.
That'll keep you busy for a while. This is motivating me to get a torque wrench and a decent jack. Yeah.
And actually it's slightly contact here, right there, but these two are not, these pockets are deeper than these two. So we really just need to take this little square and Dremel that out. But that means you know, permanent thing. But
yeah, well,
trim the studs a couple millimeters.
I don't know, whatever you think.
If it was me, I would trim the studs, because then you know the wheels are untouched.
Yeah, but I don't care as much about the wheels as I do the studs, because these aren't going to be on the car for more than another couple of months.
I was just thinking long term, you know, if you ever wanted the car 100% again. But if you're not tripping on that, the wheels are the easier fixes. We can just take them outside and do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just do the wheels.
Let's do that.
But we need the tools.
Do you have a drummer?
I do.
A little carbide burr.
I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff, but I don't know if I have the right thing.
I mean, carbide burr would be great, but even like
Stone, they load up quick with aluminum now.
You have to spray it.
Yeah. We can do it though.
Well, we can do that tomorrow. You're hanging around, right? We're gonna have something to do.
Yeah, we'll have something to do. We'll do it tomorrow then.
Yeah, we'll fix the hard top and the wheels.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. But that means we can still throw the 15mm spacers on.
Yeah, for sure.
So the guys were right. The 15mm studs or 15mm spacers don't work in the rear. The studs stick out, you know, a good 10-15mm beyond the stud. So no dice on that. Did you notice in the rear where the 25s were the studs contacting?
No, they're 3mm recessed.
Sunk. Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Only the whole damn car would have been that big. About 3mm.
So we'll just leave the 25. I'm only rubbing somewhere on the fender liner. I can't figure out where, but because the tabs are relocated, I think.
Alright, I'm going to be polishing your way on it.
And the fenders are rolled. So I don't know where the heck we're hitting, but
Oh, right here.
Wouldn't it be a shame if
it's not hitting the metal. Is it hitting
Nope,
the?
it's hitting the rubber. Right here, this dead center. It's pushed it up. Yeah, it's not hitting the metal. It's just a tiny little spot.
God, I freaking love this, man. I'm just gonna buy
Is that something we can yank out of there?
Yeah. That was rubbing right here.
Huh. I wonder if
Come on, Pad, spin.
I mean, it could be rubbing elsewhere.
Spin
I don't
back.
see any other spot anywhere.
I don't want to put.
but without that rubber piece there, am I going to cut the darn wheel or cut the tire?
Oh, the whole radius.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there.
The other place you're rubbing's back here.
Right here. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you could trim that because it's already almost nothing
I
left.
need the nano for that.
Yeah, you can see right there. So we could Dremel that out tomorrow, and we should be good to go.
You probably won't rub it all.
Yeah. Well,
Rotary
answer.
okay, or do you want the other one?
Then you could leave these on.
More hella flush mods, man. Yo, I gotta stay flush.
Way to do it, bro.
Gotta keep it flush. If you're not flush, you're not something. Been working them out hard on the detailing. All this detailing we've been doing with the jacks up and down, putting spacers on, that's a lot of compression, and been really testing out that preload, yo. All right, so we have UK and we have TiO2. So what the heck's the difference, first of all?
So a couple things. Number one would be where you can apply them at. So CQuartz UK, you could apply it even down below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's still going to apply easily. In fact, it'll be easier at that temperature. Once you get into really high humidities and high heats, like 90 degrees and high percentage of humidity, then this one can be a little more finicky. With practice, it's still not that difficult if you learn how to do it. But for the first time guy, he's not going to want to do that in high humidity without any, any
Like
kind
getting
of
it to
education.
level and or getting it.
Getting it to not. You have to switch out applicators more often because it's going to cure up really fast. It cures up a lot faster. So it's going to harden and cure in your applicator, and it's going to start causing it to smear because the cured product on the applicator is going to react with the fresh product you're pouring more onto.
Gotcha.
And so it's going to start acting weird because it's trying to do all kinds
So
of
we're at 70 degrees, so we should be okay.
It's going to be easy.
So we're thinking about putting this on the S2000, and because it's harder. Right?
Exactly. The UK is harder than the TiO2 is, and so on the S2000, a couple coats of this are going to make a bigger difference than putting that on.
Gotcha. And so what, mainly for the fun of it, so we're going to do UK on the S2000, 2 coats, which of course we've already done Essence. So explain the whole idea behind Essence. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but what's the process there? So we let it cure overnight, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. So the Essence, it has a little bit of part of the components that are in the actual Essence finishing polish. And so obviously one of the things we're doing with the Essence is just using it as a finishing polish and getting it to that final gloss, getting any little haze out from the compounding step. But the quartz, the SiO2, the nano that's in the essence, after we wiped it off, what was left there that had bonded to it, we wanted to let that cure up a little bit, so that we weren't just. I'd like to do a little bit of an eraser wipe, because I want to remove any mineral oil, the lubricant in the essence. But if I do that yesterday, then I'm going to remove the essence before the part of the essence I don't want to remove. I'm going to remove that before it's had a chance to bond. So if we let it go a day and then we give it a light eraser, then we're just going to remove that mineral oil, leave the essence there, and then
a good solid surface for this to bond to.
Exactly. We're going to have a nice clean surface for it to bond to. It's going to be nice and glossy because the essence is super glossy, and the coatings are going to glide on a lot easier too.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. So we're going to do TiO2 on the Raptor and UK on the S2000. These are a whole lot easier, huh?
Yes, sir.
15mm spacers aren't going to fit.
New space.
Second set of new spacers. So neither one.
Well, that's what your role is to buy stuff and try it for the rest of us, right? So we don't have to try it.
Well, here's the thing: is that the people were already telling me, I just didn't listen to them.
You know better.
No, I don't, but I have to learn for myself. There's some weird, like, did you guys notice there's some weird, like, streaking on these?
On the backs of them? Yeah, that's what the barrels there.
Like, he used something on them that there's also on some of the...
Left acidic
Yeah.
cleaner on for too long.
Yeah. Oh, man, that looks way better, huh?
Yeah, see?
Solution
I haven't
finish.
got these yet. I think I'll do the same first. Couple edges here.
Yeah, even the wiper blades. So the basic premise behind solution finish, you put it on, you let it soak in, you wipe off the excess, you let it soak in a little more, and then you can coat it. Basically it.
It's gonna stay this way for a long time.
Yep. The only thing that stinks is that I haven't factored in here is that like now I'm gonna have to wash this thing.
You have to wash it.
Like all the time, yeah. Shoot.
It's gonna stay cleaner though. It's cleaner than it was.
Yeah.
It'll stay cleaner than it was before.
Michelle was really hoping we got done with all this stuff early so she could bring her car in, but
Oh man.
it's a freaking mess. So the Tahoe has UK on it, so theoretically I would Essence Plus that, Corey.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to repair it, or if there's some fine micro marring.
I mean, the main thing on it is I don't think there's any marring. Most of it's going to be contamination, water spotting.
I'd reset it really good, like I'd do it if it hadn't been washed enough, or if it's,
Yeah, and I would want to clay or auto scrub it or clay it. I would want to clay it.
you want to try to avoid it, because the claying will mess up. The slight abrasions will mess up the top of the coating, to where it won't be. But worst case, you can clay it, but a real gentle clay and very carefully applying the lubrication. But if you can avoid that, then reset really good, like double dose of reset, and then Iron X. Iron X to remove as much contaminant as you can, and then if there's other types of contaminants like paint overspray or something like that Iron X is going to remove, then yeah, you're going to have to clay it. Or you could try a spot with the Essence Plus. You might be able to carve it right off with the Essence Plus.
Yeah.
But real gentle clay is, obviously just as gentle as you could, and then you might be able to do that and solve the situation. And then after that, Essence Plus the entire vehicle, and then wipe it off. And it'll wipe off like butter. Like the next day, it'll still wipe off.
Yeah. This could be the HOC savior right there, Chris. Just start lathering the whole car in it. See what happens. No, that's what it was designed for, was to fix. You got any black plastic that's faded, that's what it'll do. You clean it up really well with some IPA, isopropyl alcohol, and lay it on there, let it sit for 2 minutes, and then wipe it off. Yeah.
That's the only one that has that on it.
They used something on there. You left some wheel cleaner on.
The rest of them are fine. Just that one right there.
Barrel.
The way I'd like to do it once we get rolling is have one person follow the other person. Exactly.
Are we gonna wipe down with suede first? Do we need to?
The coating that we'll probably use the Slogger. It's got a little bit, we usually use either the CarPro 2-phase towel or the Slogger.
So all those darn suedes that I bought.
Yeah, same here.
I know,
Same thing.
I know. Yeah, the suede used to be the preferred towel, but these will make it easier. Actually,
Okay.
on the TiO2, we can use the suedes on. That'll save us a little bit on this. On the S2, we'll go straight to the Slogger.
Okay. Yeah, I want to use a bottom. I want to use them.
And then whoever's doing your wipe-off towel, I would wear a glove just so you don't redeposit any. I'm kind of really OCD about this part of it, so just so you don't get any oil and sweat from your hand onto the towel and get it back on the paint. Oh, for anybody that hasn't coated before, if you're doing wipe-off duty, or even if you're just checking a spot, the good thing to do with ambient lighting, if you put a direct light, like if you take an LED and try to look for high spots with that, it's not going to help you. It's the opposite of paint correction. It's going to wash it out. So you want ambient light, and on the sides, on some places, you're not going to have quite as much as you want. But if you can catch the reflection in the light a certain way, like off the walls where you can see, and you just kind of tilt your head back and forth, because you won't see it instantly in some places. But if you just kind of tilt your head, then your eye will catch the difference if it's very slight.
So so we're gonna do one coat and then what? Wait a couple hours,
We'll wait about 40 minutes, and then we'll put the next coat on. So.
and then 40 more minutes, and then reload.
Correct.
I like it.
Reloads the
Yep.
I'll watch. I'm gonna hold the camera
Supervising. Yeah, we could do this, and then we could go hit the other car and then come back.
too, but
Yeah, they're fine on the
I'm not gonna lie, I bought the whole big box of suede in the UK, and last night Corey's like, I need it, and I'm like, cool.
Exactly.
suede's cheap.
Yeah, I was like, I'll use them for wheels.
They used to be our preferred. But on UK, I used to go with that and then I'd follow it with like the two-facer back in the day. But now I just go straight to the two-facer on soft paint, the Slogger. I already gave it a little shake there.
You go a little heavy on the first coat, or how?
I definitely. What I do is I'll take the applicator and I'll just tip the bottle to it and drag it right along it. And sometimes it'll drip out faster or slower. But as you tip it, if you touch it right there and then just move it right along, like touch it right up against it and then start dragging.
How much you usually?
That's plenty.
Like the color.
Yeah, I'll do the grunt work for you there. And then right now it's thick, so you can literally, kind of spread it out, and then come back and finish with it an even pass.
You want to go to the bottom, or you want to keep like a 2x2?
No, there's enough on there. Just keep going until it starts to feel. Actually, I'd do the whole thing. I'd just keep going.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Just go all the way down, and then we'll just keep moving right down, and we'll finish this whole panel here. And we'll start keeping an eye on here. And on the white, it's going to be harder to really gauge it, just off a look. But last resort is touch. We'll start wiping on it after a few minutes, see how it feels. Wait a little longer, see how it feels, and start looking at the time, get an idea of it. In this temperature, is really going to have a pretty nice window of being able to wipe it off.
What would you say, Corey? About 5 minutes.
I'm guessing 4 to 5 minutes, but I bet you'll have a 5-minute window after that. I'm guessing. Maybe not, but.
So when you remove, just up and down, basically follow his kind of pattern?
Just do it. I take bites out of it. Like I would treat it like I was wiping off a wax almost, but you can't really go wrong. Whatever's comfortable to you, as long as your towel is flat and you have even pressure distributed across it.
so you can't remove too much.
If you press too much, yeah, you can, absolutely. Yeah, if you keep going at it for a long time, you don't want to wipe any more than you have to, and you don't want to wipe any harder than you have to. You just want to get it nice and comfortable, and obviously if you wait too long, then you're going to have to start rubbing harder. So we want to avoid that, but we should have a pretty good window. And then if it starts getting grabby, we'll just add more. And it seems like it's splashing in nice. Yeah. Just yell at me if you need some more. And then I wouldn't overwork it. Like once you've got it, I wouldn't pay attention, so maybe you didn't. But once you've got it on there, even then I just keep.
I'm allergic to coatings.
2 to 3 cross hatch, and then go right.
You went all the way down to here too.
Not yet.
Who's got another applicator? We'll get another guy going too.
Get cranking. Mike's going. You still in the car?
Bradley.
Still in the car.
I got a bottle though, so I'm good.
Switch you out a new one, and then I wouldn't be wiping it on anymore at this point on this side. I would just let it go and just keep moving to the next area. I would let it go.
Another minute here.
Yeah, I would let it go without wiping it for a little
Where
bit.
do you stop, rather? I see you stop right
Yeah.
here.
You can tell where it looks weird and where it doesn't, right?
Now while it's loaded up, I'd go ahead and get some of that loaded part onto the
I wanna-
flare here.
I want to get under.
Oh, that was the other tip I was thinking about. Anywhere where we're not sure if somebody might have gotten some trim dressing or grabbed a door handle, or up under here where maybe somebody wasn't OCD enough to, if something was missed somewhere, those are the spots we get just before we switch the applicator. So as we're doing, you know, we have a fresh applicator, we know that's 100% surgically clean, we know this is 100% surgically clean, we're applying it, we're going, and at some point we're going to say, okay, we need to change this applicator out. Instead of going all the way down to these areas while it's nice and surgically clean, we wait until that applicator is about to get switched, and that way anything we pick up that's possible, you know, yeah, exactly, we don't spread that back to the other panel and cause failure somewhere else. Just in case, worst case scenario, you have a failure in one little spot where nobody would ever find it. And now you'll see, in the lighting, you'll see like a slight rainbowing. If this was black, we'd see like crazy rainbowing.
Oil slick type.
But it's hard to see in white.
You can see it little, like, you got to get pretty low.
Yeah.
With this light, that light, you can see
Yeah.
at least the top part.
9:40. So it's been about 5 minutes since we started, but it's probably only
Can I have
about
a
3 minutes since we
little
stopped
more?
rubbing there.
Thank you.
Sir.
So a dumb question, can you apply it too heavy that makes it harder?
You can apply it too heavy to where it takes longer to flash. The more you apply, the longer it's going to take to flash because the thicker it is. And applying it uneven can be an issue. If you apply it uneven, then you have some spaces that are ready to wipe off and some spaces that aren't. This one's more forgiving, but that's one mistake people make with UK sometimes, is they're just not, you know, they're working with two different levels of coating in the same section.
So what did we think? Did you already wipe on that yet?
It was still super easy. Yeah, go ahead and try it again. Good idea.
I'm at 3 minutes right now.
We're at about 8 minutes, and it's still easy.
Oh, wow.
Although this got worked for about 3 minutes, so it's probably only been sitting for about 5.
Well, it's a good temperature in here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you were one guy doing this right now in this temperature, you'd probably do half the car.
That's what I'm just saying. I probably, because I did this section, waited a couple minutes, now I did this section. I could have done this whole area probably.
Don't let it screw it up, Corey. Keep an eye on them.
Are you
And then
take care
on
of
the trim, I just assume people would put stuff on
You see
here,
where I- you see
and
where
so
I stopped right here?
I'll put my finger right on the
Yeah, I
tip of
just
the
blended
towel
you-
and come
did you get it
along
up
there
here?
that way and then
you can
back.
probably blend in.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go across.
And then you shouldn't have to, if you're having to rub very much, then we can just switch over to the, like, use the slogger. But if it's coming off,
It's coming off.
it's good.
It's come off pretty.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like I'm not pressing at all right now, and you could tell me if I'm wrong based on what you were feeling a minute ago. But if we're bringing it off at the right time, I've got maybe half a pound of weight, like as little as I can have with just like a nice firm,
Right.
not firm, but a nice even. I'm just making sure my hand is contouring around the curves. Like right here, I know I'm getting almost all of it. The only thing is I might miss a spot, so I'll come back and do it like that, just to make sure I get it in both directions. And I'm not using any pressure, and I'm just getting my fingers into all the lines, and like up here, I'll make sure my fingers in there, and I'll just kind of follow the.
Okay.
I'm starting to enjoy that too much. You can take it away from me at this point. I won't let go.
Drying off the wheels.
Want to let them dry as long as possible since we're so far ahead today. We're going to just leave this jacked up though.
Might as well,
Just
yeah.
putting these on to get them out of the way.
So we have, wheels are opti coated,
Gloss coat.
or gloss coat, yeah. Sorry.
The sidebar. What's the square footage of this?
1250.
So it's like
50 by 25. Yeah. All right, so we're on coat 2 while I was jerking around doing some YouTube live video. Everybody's in here getting this done. Gosh, that trim looks so much better up here now.
Wipe in here on both headlights too. I don't
The
think
wiper blades look great.
I know I did that.
Fresh.
But I would wipe
Truck's gonna be so much faster with those wiper blades, man. It's gonna be like legit. Dang, this looks good.
rails should be ready over here by now. All up here. I mean, would you go up in it?
I tried to.
Looks like the trim didn't quite get it all. I did
more
the trim area.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how weird does this look like?
It's just different. And again, I never said it looked bad. It just looks very different.
Hi, Annabelle.
Yeah, just adjust the.
When Corey's here, I gotta be nice about it.
Otherwise, you got fucking.
I mean, how many passes do I really need to make?
Just a couple. You just want to make sure. So imagine like on a microscopic level, imagine the pores in the paint like coming from different angles.
Right.
And so we come at it from different angles, but we don't have to. I mean, you could work.
So in the old days, we were leveling this, weren't we? Like in the original, didn't you have to do so many passes just to kind of get it level, or did I make that up?
No, that's one way of looking at it. Like you do want to make it level, but you don't have to do a bunch of passes to make it level. Like you can make it level within 1 or 2 passes, but you want at least 2 passes to get it from different
It'd be
angles.
like we're spray painting.
So
you would want to get all, you know, spray painting an orange. You wouldn't just hit it straight. You would want to hit it from multiple angles to get all the
Now I'm gonna move on to
peel.
Right, so like the official way of doing it is cross hatching, you know, going one direction this way, one direction this way, and when you're finishing, just keeping an eye on your pressure so that you're not making it thicker in some places and thinner in others, and that's like what you were saying, getting it even. But you should be able to do that just on your second pass. But what people found was that if you just put it in circular overlapping motions, that works great too. So just kind of, and it depends on the coating and the paint as far as working it on. Some of it actually does help to work it in a little bit, but on this, with this paint, you don't really need to. Just kind of what you're doing, you know, just make sure you get it, you touch every surface at least twice from 2 different directions, and that's the basics. That's the most important part. And then you can get, you know, you can go as obsessed as you want from there.
It's a master class in coding right here, people.
Yeah, you might want to tell them to be more thorough with the white box.
Where at?
I knew it.
Hey Ed, you got a slogger?
I knew it, Ed.
You busy?
Let's screw it up.
Look what you did, Ed. Come on, Ed.
There was no question. I knew it. And be as obsessed about my truck as you are about politics.
Our chicken and waffles. But you know, you gotta have your priorities straight in life.
Getting worn out here, man.
One door will do it to you, man.
Jeez, 2 doors.
Let's do.
All
This
right.
one can use a little wiping.
Point
It's real light, like you want to go as light as literally possible to where it's just touching the paint, and then go up and down instead of horizontal. Okay, stop. See, and go the other way one more time. And that's a clean side. There's no. Okay. We'll let it sit a little bit longer.
Is there a temperature?
Yeah, you can set it up. There's no temperature gauge on
Yeah,
this.
but like,
Yeah,
with
if
a
you
gun?
get a gun, you can.
What's like the optimal temperature?
I don't know.
Don't you know?
CQuartz, you can ask Corey on that. But.
All right, so we're back from lunch. We've done the IR lamps on this side of the truck. Finishing up the IR lamp over there. And then the guys are going to reload this. Reload the top, the roof, and this side. So we'll add, layer a reload to the truck, and the truck will be completely done. Maybe we'll wipe off a little bit of the excess CarPro since it's had some time to soak in, or the pearl, I should say, on the wheels, and this thing's done. So now we're on to the S2000. We're going to do a test spot on somewhere with UK. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor.